Ida B. Wells had already established herself as a respected journalist by the time she made it to Chicago. But it was here that she married, started her family, became the editor of one of the nation's oldest African-American newspapers, and launched the first black women's civic club in the country. Among the many honors to her credit, now a Barbie. Author, public historian, and great-granddaughter of Ida B. Wells, Michelle Duster. Michelle, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me, Micah.
Well, how excited were you to hear about this Barbie?
Oh, I was just super excited. I mean, it was just amazing. When Mattel contacted me with the idea of creating a Barbie, I was like, wow, you know, that is such an honor.
It's a long time coming, though, isn't it?
Well, my family has worked for 4 generations, over 90 years, in order to help this country remember the contributions of my great-grandmother, who was a journalist and a suffragist and a civil rights activist. And she spent 50 years of her life fighting for freedom, justice, and equality.
Well, now we have Ida B. Wells Street downtown. So
yes, Ida B. Wells Drive. I was involved in making that happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it must be tough, though, that we have to work so hard to get our African-American heroes and sheroes recognized.
It's definitely challenging, and it's taken so many years, decades, to make sure that my great-grandmother is recognized for the work that she did, along with her contemporary men. And I have seen a lot of. It's been a journey to get her the recognition she deserves.
Well, you talk about the journey. What are their difficulties, and tell us a little bit about the challenges.
Well, I mean, there's just a lot of, you know. It's challenging to have women recognized for the work that we've done outside of being mothers and wives, to be recognized for their own accomplishments. Well,
her accomplishments are many, and we know that she worked for women's rights, African-American women's rights. Even during the suffrage era, the white women were opposed to her.
Right. Well, there was this famous incident in 1913 with the Women's March, the Women's Suffrage March in Washington, D.C., where the black women were asked by the organizers to march in the back of the parade. And so my great-grandmother made history among all the other things that she did by refusing to comply with that, and she inserted herself in the Illinois delegation.
We should also say that she left the university over a little fight with the president, that she was at a school, she was at Russ College, and that she had a fight with the president, not a fisticuffs, but, you know, a disagreement, and she ended up leaving school for that. She stood up for herself, let's put it that way.
Yes, I mean, obviously, even from when she was a young child, she obviously had like a feisty personality. And I attribute that to her parents. Obviously, her parents must have instilled confidence in her and instilled the value of speaking up for yourself and standing for what you believe, because she was only 16 years old when both of her parents passed away.
Oh, wow.
At this, you know, within a day of each other. And she took on the responsibility of raising her 5 younger siblings at age 16.
That's amazing.
So her parents must have instilled something in her in order for her to be that young and that responsible.
What do you want kids today to know specifically? I mean, they're going to be playing, you know, this sold out, off the shelves. They'll be playing with this doll, but what do you want them to know about her as they have the doll in their possession?
Well, one of the things I'm hoping is that along with the doll, young people will read the books that I've written, Ida B. Wells, Voice of Truth for Young Children, and Ida B. the Queen for teenage and up, so that they can learn that she was a journalist, a suffragist, a civil rights activist, that she stood up for what she believed. She spoke truth to power, and she's fought for right to vote. A lot of people don't realize that it was a fight for women to get the right to vote.
And we're dealing with Voting Rights Acts right now, after all these years later. I mean, what does that say about our society?
Well, you know, when I think about the time that my great-grandmother lived in post-Reconstruction, there was a backlash then. So it's almost like we're kind of repeating history to some extent.
Yeah, it's sad to know that we're repeating history, and not in a good way.
Right. Well, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Right.
And
exactly. Do you think the doll looks like her? From the pictures that you have, I'm sure you have pictures.
Well, yes, my brother Dan and I were very involved with Mattel in the development of the doll. And so we were conscientious of making the doll as close to what she could look like, given, you know, what is involved with making a doll.
Right, definitely. And are you hoping other dolls, historic dolls will be made, or what is your hope?
Well, you know, this is part of the Inspiring Women series with Mattel, with Barbie, and so Ida is the fifth in that series. So we have a long way to go because we only have 5 so far.
Right, definitely. Tell us about your books. I know that you said you wrote it for children and for teenagers. How is it different writing for teens and for for youngsters? Something like this. It's so full of history.
Well, for the young people, I wrote in a very rhyming way, so that there's a little rhythm to to the writing. If somebody's reading it out loud, which would be the case, right? But for the older teenagers, they can read a little bit more in depth, more detail.
Would you like to write for adults on Ida B. Wells? Because I think
I mean, I feel that this book is definitely for adults. I would say teenage and up.
Do you see, though, you going more in depth, a documentary film about Ida B. Wells?
Well, I worked on a documentary film about her in 1989, and there are a couple of other projects that are in the works. So there's just a lot of interest in her now.
If there was something you had to tell people that you find to be the most interesting thing about your great-grandmother, what would it be? And maybe things we don't know about.
Well, I think one of the most unexpected things that I find interesting, one is that she actually wanted to write fiction, which is kind of hilarious now when you think about it, because she was such a powerful journalist. She was a pioneer in data journalism, and she used journalism as a form of activism and to, affect change. So the fact she wanted to write fiction is like, really? So I just kind of think that's interesting.
Yeah. So have you gotten do you see yourself in her in any way?
Well, I think what she was trying to do during her time was to counter the narrative, counter the false narratives. And what I see, the similarity in what I'm doing is that I'm trying to make sure that our story is told in the most comprehensive and positive way. So in a way, I feel like I'm countering narratives as well.
Good for you, Michelle Duster. Thank you. The great-granddaughter of the famous Ida B. Wells.